Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. And my time, it's been a while since I've actually filmed anything, so it feels a little weird talking to a camera again. Today I have another self-tanner review for you. This is the Tanologist Express Tan Self-Tan Mousse in the shade Medium. I picked this up at Target because I saw it online and it had pretty good reviews, and I was looking for a new tanning mousse to use. I have a playlist of different self-tanning products that I have tested and reviewed. If you want to check that out, I will link it down below and in the eye. But I semi-recently ran out of my Jergens self-tanning mousse, so I was looking for a new one. And I came across this, and I hadn't heard of this brand before. I hadn't seen this self-tanner be reviewed, really. I'm sure those videos exist on YouTube, like I'm positive they do, but I just haven't seen them personally. So I thought I would give it a little go, and it intrigued me because in the bottle it's clear, which is interesting because the other self-tanner mousses that I've used, when they come out, it already looks tan, so like you know where you're putting them. So I am a little bit nervous since this is clear. It's kind of like with the gradual self-tanners, I find difficulty with those because since it's not like you can see where's your skin and where you're putting the tan, it just like blends in until it produces the tan. So it's like, I'm afraid of just having it be like splotchy and uneven. But even the cashier at Target said people have been loving this brand and their products. So I thought I'm still gonna give it a try. Hopefully I don't screw it up. They do have a couple other things. They have like a water spray tan mist thing that the cashier at Target said was really good. And they have a couple different colors. I think they at least have medium and deep. They might have a light, but they didn't have it when I was there. What I love about this is it is vegan, cruelty-free, and organic. It looks like you can get this from Target or from Ulta, and it's $16.99 currently. You might be able to get it for cheaper at Ulta if they're running a sale or if you have a coupon, but that's how much I spent at Target. The claims on the bottle are that it's an odorless technology, and it has a transparent tanning system for 0 streaks and 0 transfer, which I love that. 0 streaks and 0 transfer is awesome because I was just talking about concerns about it being splotchy and streaky. And it says, this Express Self-Tan Mousse has advanced tanning technology for a hyper-real, super hydrated glow. You have a personalized result in 1 to 4 hours for a spectrum of shades. If you leave it on for longer, you get a deeper tan. In the instructions, it says to exfoliate 24 hours before application. I did it about 3 hours ago, so I hope that was fine. I also moisturize dry areas like it suggests, on like my elbows, my knees, my ankles, places where the self-tan typically gets a little bit darker and can tend to look orange and like be the telltale signs that you're self-tanning. Then it says to apply to the skin in a circular motion from head to toe, and you shower 1 to 4 hours after application. And like with most, you wash your hands after so you don't get orange hands. However, I'm going to be using a tanning mitt, so I won't be having that issue. I love the packaging though. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I think it's like for something you can get at Target at the drugstore, it looks pretty high end, just my opinion. And it looks like this is actually a UK brand, so this might just be new to American Targets. It may have already been overseas for a while. I'm not going to be putting it on my face because this morning I actually put on a foundation that is typically too dark for me. Like, I hope it shows up on camera because sometimes on camera things can look a little like washed out and not as they do in person. But it's a lot different than what my natural pale tone is. So I'm hoping that with the tanner, it'll make it look more even, and that's kind of like how I'm gonna be using to judge it. And then also when I wash off my makeup, I wanna compare the tan to my natural skin. I will be using this on my face eventually, but I wanna be able to see the transition from pale to tan and be able to compare it before I do that. So I'm about to get started. I would really appreciate if you could like this video. I forgot how to do this. Subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, comment down below, anything you want me to do, anything you want to say, and let's go ahead. Okay, I'm ready to put self-tanner on. I suggest wearing some clothes that you don't mind getting the tanner on. I haven't really experienced it where they stain the clothes, but like, don't put self-tanner on wearing the clothes you're gonna be wearing that day. Just not a good mix. So I have my self-tanning shorts on and a tank top. I also have my double-sided Saint-Tropez tanning mitt. So obviously gotten some use on that side. I'm going to be using the cleaner side today. Okay, I might start with like a little bit. So yeah, it just comes out as like a white mousse. And okay, so you can't really tell that there's like anything there, obviously. Like maybe it gives it like a slight tint, but I don't know if that's just because it's also like has product on it, like wet. It smells phenomenal. Like usually self-tanners don't smell amazing. They're kind of metallic-y smelling, but this one smells really good. It smells like fruity. Spreads out nicely. It's not hard to pull and blend. I didn't say this earlier, but my natural skin tone is very light, very pale. Usually when I'm buying foundations, I buy fair or ivory. I know when I've looked up self-tanning reviews before, it's kind of like, when the person reviewing it is already tan, it's like, I wanna know, how is this gonna look on me? Not someone that already has a pretty decent tan going on compared to what I deal with. It doesn't say anything about being cooling, but it almost has like a cooling effect. It feels like actually really good going on the skin. I don't know if it's moisturizing either, but it feels like it is. So I've applied it to my legs, and the color is not instant like it is with some other ones. You don't see it right away, but we will check in maybe within an hour, and then I'm gonna leave this on for a couple more hours to see. I'm also gonna be applying it to my arms. I'm having an allergic reaction to something unknown on both of my elbows, so I'm really hoping that this does not make that worse. Okay, so I finished applying it. It is not sticky like at all. Like my skin feels fine. It's like really quick drying, which I love. It feels like it took me less time to use this than I typically take with other mousses. I'm not sure if that's just because of the formula or if it's because when I can see like the tan, I can work with it more, or I feel like I need to work with it more and blend it out. So I hope that that doesn't come to bite me in the butt later. That like since I couldn't see the tan as much, I didn't do as much work blending it in. Like I still blended it in. I don't know if I'm making any sense, so we'll just check in later. It is about 2. I will check in at 3 o'clock, and then I think I will do 2 more hours, wash it off at 5, and see where we are. So I will be back. Stay tuned. Okay, so it's been actually a little bit over an hour, and I'm not sure I really see any kind of difference yet. Maybe I didn't put on enough for like the 1 hour mark. Maybe if you want it to like develop only within an hour, you need to use more product. However, I'm gonna be leaving this on for a couple more hours and see where we get from there. If it turns out the tan doesn't show up, I will do another try tomorrow and just use more product because maybe I just sheared it out too much. But yeah, as of right now, I still think it looks pretty much the same. Like it might be like a little bit tanner, but I feel like it's not enough to really notice yet. Okay, so I have some explaining. Yesterday I completely forgot to wash it off, and then at 5 o'clock I was out of the house the rest of the night, so I couldn't wash it off. So I still haven't really rinsed it off. However, it definitely worked. Like after the first hour mark, I was like, I don't see anything. But now, like the difference between my face and my wrist, I I didn't do a great job near my arm, so you can actually see the line. Like this is my natural skin, and then this is the tan. Like if you're looking for a good tan, this is gonna do it. Just leave it on for extra long, I guess. So pros and cons. I'll start with the cons. There is some splotchiness, or I guess more so places that I missed because it is a white foam. I can't exactly tell what areas got the most product since it doesn't change color until a couple hours after. So you can see on my legs, there are some areas that apparently I missed. Apparently on my arm, up here, this part is pretty good. It does look a little bit splotchy around my ankles, but I don't know what I'm doing. It seems like that is a common issue for me, is that I can never get it to look flawless near my ankles. It always looks patchy, and like you can tell that it's pooling in those areas, even though I try to have a light hand and not make it look obvious. So if you have any suggestions for that, please let me know. The color, I think, is like absolutely gorgeous. I noticed it yesterday and I was like, wait, is this the self-tanner actually working? And I don't think, like in my opinion, it does not look orange. I think it looks very natural, very pretty. Aside from the, oh, I got paint on my legs. Aside from the splotchiness or the spots I missed, I think it looks really good on my legs. Somebody's watching me from the window. Okay. But I actually like how it looks without rinsing it off, because it is like a very beautiful tan. I am going to put on more today and touch up the areas that need touch-ups. So far, I really, really like this. I was able to easily put on pants after applying it because it dries super quickly and it isn't sticky like at all. It's like the stickiness you would of lotion until lotion dries on your skin or blends in, moisturizes. Ugh! I definitely need it on my face. I'm not wearing any foundation right now and it looks very obvious. I was wearing long sleeves earlier because I didn't want people to be able to tell that my arms were a completely different shade than my face. So I'm gonna be doing some touch-ups and then we'll see how it looks with the touch-ups. Hopefully it all blends in. It doesn't look still splotchy, just in a different way. Okay, so we will see how this processes. I'll check back in a few hours. I realized yesterday 1 hour was not enough, so we will check back in. Okay, so here has how it looks with trying to touch it up. This was the area that was bare and now it looks darker than the rest of the area. However, yesterday, stupidly, after I was done applying the self-tanner, I went and was using one of those Rug Doctor cleaning machines and it was spraying the solution back at me. So, and primarily on this leg, so I think that definitely had a big impact because it was less than an hour after I applied it when I started using the machine. So it was just like instantly washing away the tan. Here's how my face looks. It looks actually worse on camera because it looks like super, super tan on my nose. I feel like my face looks a little bit splotchy. Maybe I used too much or didn't use a good enough blending technique. I don't think it looks horrible, but you can tell like here and here, the areas that too much was concentrated. Those are the areas that I usually get red. So I think I just put too much to try and like cover it up as if I was putting on foundation. I noticed also that near the back of my neck, there is some space that I missed. I'm going to do more touch-ups today and try and blend it in better and then rinse it off. However, I feel like with this product, I really like the color and how it performs, but if I could change one thing, it would be to dye it so that it looks tan going on, because when it's just a white clear mousse, I missed so many different areas and I don't realize until after it's developed. So that is my main gripe with it, but I think maybe if I continue to use this over time and learn how to blend this in without having that color, I think it would be really good. However, that is like if I'm looking for a product and I'm gonna buy it again, I would want it to have that effect. You might be a tanning pro and that might not bother you, so if that's the case, then this would be a really good product. It does provide a really beautiful tan, I will say that. I don't think it looks orange. I think it looks a lot more realistic than a lot of self-tanners I've used do. The other thing I wanted to note, and I have this issue with basically all self-tanners, is that when I wash my face, water runs down my arms and it leaves like water run marks like this, so that like this part has the tanner washed off and you can see like exactly where the water dripped down, like with this arm as well, like water was going down my arm like that. I don't know if that's avoidable in any way, and I haven't really found a product that doesn't do that, so I don't know, just something to note. Okay, it's very overcast today, so the lighting might look different from the previous 2 days because it was like bright and sunny and warm light that time. But I wanted to give just an updated kind of review of this. So I did touch up a few more areas with self-tanner. I think even after the last time I showed, because I had shown that it was kind of streaking down my arms because of the water. Hold on. Okay, now I think you can get a better view. But the tan is still showing up. I think it's been, I first put it in on Sunday. It is now Wednesday and I've showered twice since I put this on, and it's still showing up, like, and it looks beautiful in my opinion. I still back that it doesn't look orange, that it looks very natural. I actually got 2 compliments on it. My mom knew I was using a self-tanning product and she said it looks really nice. And then another person asked if I had gotten a tan because I had recently gotten back for a trip, and I was like, no, I don't tan. This is 100% fake. So I'm gonna take those 2 compliments as this is a good product. It has faded from when I first put it on. Obviously it was a lot darker, but it still looks really nice, and I think it's still, like, after like 4 days in, it looks darker than it does with some other self-tanners I've used. And once I touched up those specific areas, like on my arms and on my legs, it had come off of, it blended in well and it looked really nice. It didn't look patchy or like I had touched it up once it was like washed off. I'm pretty sure once I touched it up, I left it on for at least 5 hours, maybe more. I would say that I can back this product. I would buy it again as of now. There are still other products to try out and there are other good products out there. So I say this, I would repurchase it, asterisk, because also I told you I would repurchase the Jergens one and I still like that one, but there are just so many good ones out there that, like, in theory I would repurchase this, but if I'll ever get around to repurchasing it is a different story. I actually have another self-tanner video coming, 2 products, a face and a body one, and I'm super excited about that. I just have to wait for this to like completely rinse off so it's not biased in any way by what I previously had on. So if you're into self-tanners, please stay tuned for that. Also, I will link the playlist for all my self-tanners. That is about all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I would truly appreciate if you could give this video a like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, all the things. Thank you for your support, and I'll hopefully see you in my next video.